Today we are going to discuss fluid mechanics 2 questions from the University KTU and the year is December 2018. I am going to read the question. A jet of water having a velocity of 45 meter per second impinges without shock a series of veins moving at 15 meter per second. The direction of motion of the veins being inclined at 20 degree to that of jet. The relative velocity at outlet is 0.9 of that at inlet and the absolute velocity of the water at exit is to be normal to the motion of veins. Find vein angles at entrance and exit, work done on veins per unit weight of water supplied by the jet, and the last one is hydraulic efficiency. So after reading the problem, first you have to write the given data. What are the given data? A jet of water having a velocity of 45 meter per second. What is that? It is V1. So V1 is equal to 45 meter per second. And it is striking a series of vein moving at 15 meter per second. So that is U. U is equal to 15 meter per second. And the jet is having an angle of 20 degree at the inlet. So it is 45 meter per second velocity. It is at an inclination of 20 degree to the vein. So alpha is equal to 20 degree. And they also given the relative velocity at the outlet. What is that? VR2. VR2 is 0.9 of that of at inlet. So VR2 is equal to 0.9 VR1. And the last given data is, and the absolute velocity of water at the exit is to be normal to the motion of vein. So normal means it is 90 degree. It is at a perpendicular. So beta is equal to 90 degree. So what are the given data? Velocity of water is given. V1 is equal to 45 meter per second. And the vein velocity, vein is moving at a velocity of 15 meter per second. So you have to take it as U. And the jet strikes a vein at an angle of 20 degree. That is your alpha. Alpha is equal to 20 degree. And beta, it is coming out normal to the motion of veins. So beta is equal to 90 degree. And the relative velocity is equal to 0.91 of VR1. That is given. What we have to find? We have to find the vein angles at entrance and exit. Entrance means theta. At exit is phi. So theta and phi we have to find. Work done on veins per unit weight. So work done per unit weight you have to find. And hydraulic efficiency, that is also we have to find. Clear? For solving this problem, first we have to draw the velocity triangle. So this is a vein which is moving with a velocity of u. Okay, this is the jet of water which is striking the vein. So there is two triangles we have to draw, one at the inlet and other at the outlet. Inlet velocity triangle and outlet velocity triangle. So V1 is the velocity of jet which is striking the curved vein. The curved vein is also moving with a velocity u. So for representing u in inlet, you have to take it as u1. So this is the velocity of jet striking the vein. The vein is also moving at u1. So this is v1 and this is u1. Clear? It has an inclination. The velocity of jet striking the vein at an inclination of alpha. So you have to represent alpha here. Okay. So this V1's horizontal component is VW1 and V1 vertical component is VF1. Okay. So V1, this is the absolute velocity. This is the vein velocity. So we will have the relative velocity VR1. This VR1 makes an angle of theta. That is the vein angle at inlet. Clear? Once again I am repeating. For solving the problem, you have to draw the velocity triangle both inlet and outlet. In inlet, you have to represent V1, U1, VW1, VF1, VR1 and the inclination angles. So V1 is the velocity of jet striking the vein. It has an inclination of alpha. U1 is the representation of vein velocity, that is U1. You have to very clear about the direction also. Water is striking in this direction and u1 is this direction because the vein is moving in this direction. So the direction should be, arrow mark should be this side. And v1 vertical component is vf1 and v1 horizontal component is vw1. So relative velocity vr1 has an inclination of theta. The same thing you have to represent in terms of vr2, vf2, vw2, u2, like that. So as the vein is also moving, we will get relative velocity vr2. It has an angle of phi. Velocity of vein is u2. And why we have written beta is equal to 90 is the radial discharges at outlet is given. So beta, so obviously vw2 will be equal to 0 and v2 is equal to vf2. So here you have to represent it like this. I am drawing the outlet condition. This is a vein. The water is coming out with the relative velocity of vr2. The vein is also moving. So u2. With these two, you'll get the velocity v2, absolute velocity v2. It has an inclination of beta. v2's vertical component is vf2. v2's horizontal component is vw2. As beta is equal to 90 degree, here radial discharge at outlet is given. Radial discharge at outlet, it is given in the problem. So you have to take beta is equal to 90 degree. So this line will coincide, will become like this because beta is equal to 90 degree, no? So vw2 will be equal to 0 and also v2 is equal to vf2. This is the outlet velocity triangle. Clear? So from this you have to write down the formula. Using this velocity triangle, you have to write down the formula. What are the formulas? You have to find the vein angles at inlet and outlet. Inlet angle is theta, outlet angle is phi. This is phi. So inlet and phi you have to find it out. So here tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. So vf1 divided by this portion. What is this portion? vw1 minus u1. So vf1 divided by vw1 minus u1, it's written. But how to find out vf1? For finding out vf1, you have to take the alpha. This inclination is given in the problem. v1 also we know that. So this is your right angle triangle. So vf1 is equal to v1 into sin alpha. Sin alpha is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So vf1 is equal to v1 into sin alpha. vw1 is also unknown value. So vw1 is equal to, this is adjacent to alpha. So v1 cos alpha. Clear? And in the outlet you have to find out phi. How to find phi? Cos phi is equal to u2 divided by vr2. u2 divided by vr2. So vr2 is given. vr2 is equal to 0.9 vr1. So sin theta. How to find out vr1? Sin theta is equal to vf1 divided by vr1. Clear? Cos phi is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. So u2 divided by vr2. That's why we have written here. They have given the equation vr2 is equal to 0.9 vr1. So sin theta is equal to vf1 divided by vr1 for finding out vr1. Clear? The next formula, what is the next formula is work done per unit weight. We know the general equation vw1 plus vw2 into u divided by g. Here beta is equal to 90 degree, that is radial discharge at the outlet. So vw2 will become 0. Our formula is work done divided by per unit weight will be vw1 u1 divided by g. And eta h is equal to work done per unit weight divided by kinetic head. What is the kinetic head? Is v1 square divided by 2g. Clear? Now we are going to solve the problem. First one is you have to find what is the vein angle at the inlet, that is theta. How to find theta? We know the velocity. From the velocity triangle you can find out tan theta is equal to vf1 divided by vw1 minus u1. How to find vw1 and vf1? You have to take the triangle. Here V1, VR1, VF1 and VW1 alpha inclination is there. VF1 is the opposite side of alpha. So VF1 is equal to V1 sin alpha. So substitute the value of V1 and alpha, you will get the answer. And how to find out VW1? VW1 is the adjacent side of alpha. So VW1 is equal to V1 into cos alpha. So V1 into cos alpha, substitute the values and you will get finally the value. After finding this value, substitute in our trigonometric equation. Tan theta is equal to VF1 divided by VW1 minus U1. Finally, you will get what is theta. Clear? Next is you have to find phi. How to find phi? We know cos phi is equal to U2 divided by VR2. We don't know what is VR2, but in the problem they have given the relation VR2 is equal to 0.9 times VR1 it is given. So VR2 is equal to 0.9 VR1. In that also VR1 is unknown value. So first you have to find what is VR1. So again from the inlet velocity triangle, sin theta is equal to VF1 divided by VR1. Here VF1 is known value, theta is known value. So you can find out directly what is VR1. So from VR1 you can find out what is VR2 using the relation 0.9 VR1. This is given in the problem. Okay. So after finding the value of VR2, you can substitute in the cos phi equation U2 divided by VR2. U2 is given in the problem, VR2 what we found. So substitute it and you can find out what is phi. Again I am repeating how to find the how to draw the velocity triangle is draw the vein. So this is a velocity of water, that is your jet of water. It is having a velocity of V1. It is having some inclination of alpha with the direction of motion. This is the direction of vein. So it is moving with the velocity of U. As it is inlet, you have to represent it as U1. So with V1 and V1 and U, you will get the relative velocity VR1. Okay. This V1 vertical component is VF1. Okay. V1 horizontal component is VW1. Simple. Clear? Only V1, VR1, VF1, VW1 and U1 you have to represent. And this is alpha and this is theta. This is your inlet velocity triangle. How to draw the outlet velocity triangle? The water will be coming out with a relative velocity VR2. As the vein is moving in this direction, you have to represent U2 also in that direction. You will get what is the absolute velocity V2. V2's vertical component is VF2. V2's horizontal component is VW2. Only this portion. You have to be very clear in that. Here it won't be this much. It will be very small. This V2's horizontal component is VW2. It makes an angle of beta. Here VR2 makes an angle of phi. That's all. This is your outlet velocity triangle. Okay. If you know how to draw the inlet velocity triangle and outlet velocity triangle, it will be very easy to find out what are the vein angles and all. Okay. The next what you have to find is work done per unit weight. Our formula is VW1 U1 divided by G. All the values already we found it out. So you have to substitute it and directly find the answer. Okay. The next is we have to find eta h. Eta h is nothing but work done divided by kinetic head. Work done per unit weight divided by kinetic head. Work done already we found it out. Kinetic head is nothing but V1 square divided by 2G. Substitute the value and find out what is the answer. So you'll get what is eta h. Finally, you have to write down the result. Vein angle at inlet, vein angle at outlet, work done per unit weight and hydraulic efficiency. Clear? I am reading the second problem. Listen carefully. Determine the overall efficiency of a Kaplan turbine developing 3000 kilowatts under a net head of 5 meter. It is provided with a draft tube with its inlet diameter 3 meter set at 1.6 meter above the tail race level. A vacuum gauge connected to the draft tube indicates a reading of 5 meter of water. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 meter of water is flowing through the turbine. Assume 5 Draft tube efficiency as 78%, neglect the losses in the draft tube. So this is a Kaplan turbine. You have to find the overall efficiency of a Kaplan turbine which is producing 3000 kilowatt of power. Okay, and the net head is given. So first you have to write down the given data. Given data, what are the given data? Power is given 3000 kilowatt under a head of 5 meter. So H is equal to 5 meter. Draft tube diameter is 3 meter and the height above the tail race level is 1.6 meter is given, and vacuum gauge reading in the draft tube is 5 meter it is given, and the draft tube efficiency eta d is equal to 78%. They ask us to neglect all the losses. So what you have to find? You have to find the overall efficiency, that is eta O. What is the formula? Overall efficiency is nothing but output power divided by input power. That we all know that. Output power divided by input power. Output power is, that is given in the problem, 3000 kilowatt is given. What is the input power? Rho G Q into H. Rho we know that, G also value we know that. They have given H but we don't know what is Q. So then write the formula for Q. What is Q? Q is equal to A2 into V2. Okay, A2 into V2. A2 is nothing but pi by 4 D2 square into V2. So here they have given the diameter but we don't know what is V2. So how to find V2? For that only they have given the draft efficiency. So eta d is equal to V2 square divided by 2G minus V3 square divided by 2G divided by the kinetic head. So here you have to find out V2 minus V3 the whole square divided by 2G value. Eta d is given, V2 is known. So you have to find out what is the value of V2. Clear? Eta O is equal to output power divided by input power. Output power is given, input power is rho G Q into H. We don't know what is Q. How to find Q? We know the formula, area into velocity. What is area? Pi by 4 D square into V2. We don't know what is V2. For finding V2, they have given the draft tube efficiency. Draft tube efficiency formula is written. Here we don't know what is the value of V2 square, this upper portion, numerator portion. For that only they have given P2 divided by rho G. That is vacuum gauge reading. They have given that P2 divided by rho G is equal to this much. This height is also they have given. The water level above the tail race they have given that is HS. So by using this equation you can find out what is the value for this term. V2 square divided by 2G minus V3 square divided by 2G. After finding this value, substitute in eta d and you will get what is V2. Clear? What is the solution? P2 divided by rho G is equal to minus 5. It is given it as, this is a vacuum reading. HS is 1.6 meter it is given. So substitute in that formula. So you will get what is V2 square divided by 2G minus V3 square divided by 2G. You got the answer as 3.4 meter. After that, eta d is equal to, we know the formula. In the numerator, you have to substitute that 3.4 divided by eta d. So this whole term divided by eta d will give you what is V2 square divided by 2G. From that, you can find out what is V2. So finally, you will get what is the answer for the discharge. Q is equal to A2 into V2. So you will get what is the discharge. From the discharge, we know overall efficiency is equal to output power divided by input power. Input power is nothing but rho G Q into H. Substitute the value and finally you will get the answer. Clear? The next problem, I am reading the problem. The diameter of an impeller of a centrifugal pump at the inlet and outlet are 36 cm and 72 cm. The velocity of flow at outlet is 2.4 meter per second and the vanes are set back at an angle of 45 degree at the outlet. Determine the minimum starting speed if the manometric efficiency is 70%. So they have given all the details about the centrifugal pump. What you have to find? You have to find out what is the minimum speed required to start the centrifugal pump. So first write down the given data. What are the data given? Diameter, inlet diameter, outlet diameter. Inlet diameter representation is D1 is equal to 36 centimeter. We have to convert into meter, so divided by 100, 0.36 meter. Outlet diameter D2 is equal to 72 centimeter, so divided by 100, 0.72 meter. And they have given velocity of flow at the outlet. At the outlet it is given, so Vf2 is equal to 2.4 meter per second, and the vanes are set back at an angle of 45 degree at the outlet. Outlet is given, so you have to represent it as phi is equal to 45 degree, and manometric efficiency is given, so eta m is equal to 70%, so 0.70. What you have to find? You have to find the minimum starting speed of the pump. Next is you have to write down the formula for the minimum starting speed. So what is the formula? Pi n divided by 120 into d2 square minus d1 square is equal to eta mano into Vw2 into d2. This is the formula for finding the minimum starting speed. N is the minimum starting speed. Okay. So now the solution is, we don't know what is Vw2. D2 is given, D1 is given. We don't know what is Vw2. First you have to find what is Vw2. How to find Vw2? For that you have to draw the velocity triangle. So you have to draw the velocity triangle at the outlet. Here the vane is moving in this direction. The water which is coming out will be Vr2 and the vane is moving in this direction U2. So the water absolute velocity will be V2. Vr2 makes an angle with the direction of motion as phi. V2 makes an angle with the direction of motion as beta. V2's horizontal component is Vw2. V2's vertical component is Vf2. So they have given phi value. With that phi value you have to find out what is the value of Vw2. How to find Vw2? Tan phi is equal to Vf2 divided by this portion. What is this portion? U2 minus Vw2. So U2, we don't know what is the value of U2, that is pi d. We know the formula, but U2 is equal to by pi d n divided by 60. If it is U2, you have to take it as D2. If it is U1, you have to take it as D1. So first substitute the value. Instead of phi 45 degree, they have given Vf2, it is given, velocity of flow at the outlet is given, so 2.4 divided by U2 minus Vw2, you will get one relation like this. Vw2 is equal to U2 minus 2.4. We got this. What is U2? U2 is equal to pi d2 n divided by 60. Diameter they have given. So substitute the value and they will get U2 in terms of n. Keep it as such. Okay. So substitute the value of U2 in Vw2 and you will get Vw2 in terms of n. Take this value and substitute in our formula. Pi n divided by 120 into d2 square minus d1 square is equal to eta mano into Vw2 into d2. Substitute. So everything here also in n, here also in n. So while simplifying that, you will get what is the answer. Okay. The final result you have to write it down. So how this formula, what is the basic condition for getting this formula is, this is the condition. U2 square minus U1 square divided by 2G should be greater than H mano. That is, pressure head caused by the centrifugal force on the water should be greater than head, manometric head. Then only the pump will start rotating. We'll get the water at the outlet. So this is the condition for the minimum starting speed, for finding out the minimum starting speed of a centrifugal pump. So how to find H mano? We know eta mano is equal to G H mano divided by VW2 into U2. So from this formula you'll get what is H mano, that is eta mano into VW2 into U2 divided by G. So substitute this equation, this value here, so this G will get cancelled. Finally you will get that answer. You have to put expand the value. U2 is equal to pi d square n divided by 60. After simplifying that, this is your final equation, that is pi n divided by 120 into d2 square minus d1 square is equal to eta mano VW2 d2. This formula, how did you arrive this formula? By using this condition, pressure head should be greater than H mano, and you have to remember the formula for H mano from eta mano. Eta mano is equal to G into H mano divided by U2 into VW2. If you forget this formula also, don't worry, but you have to remember this condition. U2 square minus U1 square divided by 2G should be greater than is equal to H mano. Clear?